Focus on yourself, not others. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, am I living for myself or for the expectations of others? That question, my friends, holds the key to unlocking your true potential. Too often we waste precious energy comparing, competing, and chasing approval from others. But here's the truth: you are your greatest project. When you focus on yourself, not in selfishness, but in growth, you'll see doors open that you never imagined. It's not about outshining someone else, it's about shining the brightest you can. Why waste your energy in someone else's race when you have your own journey to run? Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Let me give you the roadmap, the 7 keynotes to truly focusing on yourself. Know your why. Your purpose is your compass. Don't let it be blurred by someone else's dreams or expectations. Spend time figuring out why you wake up in the morning and let that drive you. Set personal goals, not comparisons. Look, the grass is greener where you water it. Stop staring over the fence and focus on your own garden. What do you want to achieve? Set goals that align with your heart, not with what society or anyone else says you should have. Protect your energy. Your energy is sacred. Spend it wisely. Stop draining yourself trying to keep up with others or seeking their validation. Focus on habits, people, and practices that fill your cup, not empty it. Embrace your uniqueness. Nobody can do you better than you. Stop apologizing for your quirks, your differences, your dreams. Own them. That's where your magic lies. Invest in your growth. Invest time, energy, and resources into learning and improving. Read, take courses, meditate, do whatever strengthens your mind, body, and spirit. The more you invest in yourself, the higher your stock rises. Let go of the past. You cannot build a bright future if you're chained to old mistakes, failures, or resentment. Learn from the past, but leave it where it belongs, behind you. Celebrate your wins. Every step forward, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. Stop waiting for others to clap for you. Be your biggest cheerleader. Reward yourself for showing up, for trying, for growing. The more you focus on yourself, the more you'll realize something powerful. Your life is your masterpiece. Every stroke of the brush, every decision, every challenge you overcome is part of your unique story. When you stop worrying about others and focus on being the best version of yourself, you stop living for applause and start living for fulfillment. That's when true success finds you. So I challenge you today, turn your gaze inward, make you your priority, because when you do, the world doesn't just notice, it transforms. Know your why. Why do you wake up in the morning? Think about that for a second. I'm not asking about the alarm clock, the job, or the endless to-do list. I'm talking about your why, your purpose, your driving force, your reason for pushing forward, even when it's hard. You see, without a why, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly and getting nowhere fast. Purpose isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Most people spend their lives going through the motions. They wake up, they do what they're told, and they fall asleep hoping tomorrow will be better. But hope without action is like planting a seed without watering it. It's your job to water that seed with clarity and intention. And that starts with discovering what sets your soul on fire. Your why doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to impress anyone. It could be providing for your family, creating art, building a business, or even just becoming the best version of yourself. The only requirement is that it matters to you. If it doesn't make you feel something deep inside, it's not your why. Take a moment to reflect what excites you, what challenges you, what makes you feel alive. Your why is often buried beneath the noise of the world, under the pressure to conform. You've got to dig deep, silence the distractions, and listen to your own heart. When you find your why, something incredible happens. The excuses melt away, the obstacles shrink. You stop waiting for motivation because purpose becomes your fuel. And that fuel is powerful. It doesn't run out when the going gets tough, it gets stronger. People without a why look to others for direction. They seek validation, approval, and a sense of identity from external sources. But people who know their why, they lead, they inspire, they blaze their own trail. Purpose doesn't eliminate challenges, but it makes them worth it. Imagine climbing a mountain. If you're climbing just for the view, you'll quit the moment it gets hard. But if you're climbing because reaching the top means something to you, because it's tied to your why, you'll find the strength to keep going. Your why is the foundation of everything. Without it, you'll build a life on shaky ground, constantly at the mercy of circumstances. With it, you create stability, resilience, and a sense of direction that nothing can shake. Don't wait for someone else to give you a reason. Don't rely on society to hand you a purpose. That's not how it works. Purpose is something you claim for yourself. It's personal. It's yours. And once you have it, everything changes. Decisions become easier. Your path becomes clearer. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter because you're focused on what does. Clarity is power. When you know your why, you unlock that power. You become unstoppable. Not because you never fail, but because failure no longer defines you. Your why is bigger than any setback. Think of the most successful, fulfilled people you admire. What sets them apart isn't luck or talent, it's purpose. They know why they do what they do, and they live in alignment with it every single day. So what's your why? Don't rush the answer. Take your time. Reflect. Dig deep. But don't stop until you find it, because your why is the key to everything you've ever wanted. Too many people live their lives like they're running a race on someone else's track. They look to the left, look to the right, and measure their progress against everyone around them. But here's the problem: when you focus on others, you lose sight of yourself. Your goals should come from within. They should be born out of your own dreams, values, and ambitions, not out of envy, fear, or the need to prove something. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it's also the enemy of growth. Imagine running a marathon. You don't run faster by staring at the person next to you. In fact, doing that will slow you down or make you trip. You run faster by focusing on your stride, your breath, your path, your pal. The same is true in life. The world we live in makes it easy to compare. Social media is a highlight reel of everyone else's success, and it's tempting to measure yourself against those snapshots. But let me tell you something, you're only seeing a fraction of the story. Behind every highlight is a struggle you'll never know. Stop wasting energy trying to compete with others. That energy is meant for your growth, your dreams, and your journey. Redirect it. Pour it into becoming the best version of yourself, not a carbon copy of someone else. When you set personal goals, you reclaim your power. You stop letting external forces dictate your path, and you start creating a life that feels right for you. Your goals become a reflection of who you are, not who you think you're supposed to be. Personal goals aren't about perfection, they're about progress. They're about stepping outside your comfort zone and growing a little more each day. It's not about how fast you get there, it's about staying true to the direction that feels right to you. Comparison blinds you to your own strengths. It makes you forget that you have unique talents, experiences, and perspectives that no one else can replicate. Those are your superpowers, and they're what make your journey worthwhile. The only person you need to compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. If you're better today than you were yesterday, you're winning. That's the only race that matters. Set goals that excite you, not ones that impress others. Set goals that challenge you, not ones that feel safe. And most importantly, set goals that align with your values, because that's where true fulfillment lies. The next time you catch yourself comparing, stop, take a deep breath, and refocus. Remind yourself that you're on your own path, and that path is enough. Your worth isn't determined by how you stack up against others. It's determined by the effort you put into becoming the person you want to be. So, take your eyes off the competition and put them where they belong on your own journey, because that's where the magic happens. Focus on your goals, your growth, and your greatness. That's how you win the only race that matters, the race to your best self. Protect your energy. Energy is your most valuable resource. It fuels your mind, body, and soul. Yet too often we give it away recklessly, wasting it on people, habits, and situations that drain us instead of fill us. If you want to thrive, if you want to focus on yourself, you must protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because guess what? It does. Think of your energy as a battery. Every morning you wake up with a full charge. How you spend that charge determines how far you'll go that day. Are you plugging into things that recharge you, like self-care, meaningful connections, and productive habits? Or are you draining your battery on toxic relationships, pointless arguments, and endless distractions? You have to become intentional about who and what gets access to your energy. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not every situation deserves your attention. And not every problem is yours to solve. When you realize that, you take back your power. It starts with setting boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out, they're gates to protect what matters most. They allow you to say yes to the things that align with your goals and no to the things that don't. Boundaries are an act of self-respect. And when you respect yourself, others follow suit. Toxic people will test those boundaries. They'll try to guilt you, manipulate you, or make you feel responsible for their happiness. But here's the truth: you are not responsible for anyone's happiness but your own. Let that sink in. Your energy is not a free resource for others to use as they please. It's not just people you need to watch out for, it's habits too. How many times have you scrolled mindlessly on your phone only to realize an hour has passed, or stayed up late watching TV, even though you knew it would leave you exhausted the next day? These small choices add up, and they can drain your energy faster than you realize. Your mind is just as important as your body. Pay attention to the thoughts you entertain. Are they uplifting or destructive? Are you feeding your mind with positivity and growth, or are you letting it spiral into negativity and doubt? Remember, your thoughts shape your reality. Guard them fiercely. Energy protection isn't a one-time thing, it's a daily practice. You have to check in with yourself regularly. Ask yourself, what's draining me right now? What's energizing me? What can I change? The more aware you are, the better you can manage your energy. Gratitude is one of the best ways to recharge. When you focus on what's going right instead of what's going wrong, you shift your energy to a higher frequency. You attract more of what you focus on, so make it count. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's essential. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you take care of yourself, you show up better for everyone and everything in your life. So today, make the decision, protect your energy, prioritize your peace, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Embrace your uniqueness. You were born with a fingerprint that no one else has. Think about that for a moment. Out of the billions of people on this planet, no one is exactly like you. That's not a coincidence, it's a sign. You were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand out. But somewhere along the way, society convinced us that being different is a problem. We're taught to fit into boxes, to follow the crowd, to conform. And when we don't, we feel out of place. But here's the truth: your uniqueness is your superpower. Think about the most successful, innovative people in the world. Were they like everyone else? No, they were unapologetically themselves. They embraced their quirks, their differences, their passions. And because of that, they changed the game. When you try to be like everyone else, you dilute your greatness. You dim your light to make others comfortable. But you weren't put on this earth to play small. You were put here to shine in your own way. It's okay to be different. It's okay to want things that others don't understand. It's okay to follow a path that looks nothing like the one society has laid out for you. Your journey is yours, and no one else gets to dictate it. When you embrace your uniqueness, you give others permission to do the same. You become a beacon of authenticity in a world that desperately needs it. You inspire people not by being perfect, but by being real. It won't always be easy. People will question you, doubt you, even criticize you. But their opinions don't define you. Only you get to decide who you are and what you stand for. The moment you stop trying to fit in is the moment you truly come alive. You start living for yourself, not for the approval of others. You start making choices that align with your heart, not with the crowd. Your uniqueness is your competitive edge. It's what sets you apart in a sea of sameness. It's what makes you unforgettable. So don't hide it, celebrate it. Today, I want you to make a decision. Decide to own who you are, flaws and all. Decide to show up fully, unapologetically, and authentically. Decide to embrace your uniqueness, because that's where your power lies. Invest in your growth. Growth isn't automatic, it's intentional. If you're not actively working on becoming the best version of yourself, you're staying stagnant. And let me tell you, stagnation is the silent killer of dreams. The good news: every single day is an opportunity to invest in your growth and take control of your future. You see, life doesn't hand you greatness. It doesn't just drop success, fulfillment, or happiness into your lap. These things are earned. They're cultivated. And the only way to get there is by committing to constant and never-ending improvement. Think about the areas of your life that matter most: your health, your relationships, your career, your mindset. Are you putting in the work to grow in these areas, or are you coasting? Coasting might feel comfortable now, but over time it leads to regret. Growth, on the other hand, might be challenging, but it's the only way to create a life you're proud of. Investing in your growth starts with self-awareness. Take a hard look at where you are right now, what's working, what's not, what habits, beliefs, or patterns are holding you back. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge, so be honest with yourself. Once you've identified where you are, it's time to get clear on where you want to go. Set big, audacious goals that excite you and scare you at the same time. These are the goals that stretch you, challenge you, and force you to grow. But here's the thing, goals without action are just dreams. If you want to grow, you need a plan. Break your goals into smaller, actionable steps and commit to taking those steps every single day. Growth doesn't happen in giant leaps, it happens in consistent, deliberate actions. Education is one of the best investments you can make in yourself. Read books, take courses, listen to podcasts, attend seminars, whatever it takes to expand your knowledge and skills. The more you learn, the more you grow. And the more you grow, the more value you bring to the world. Growth requires sacrifice. It might mean giving up your comfort zone, your old habits, or even certain relationships that no longer align with your future. But every sacrifice is a step closer to the person you're meant to be. Here's the beautiful thing about growth that compounds. The small steps you take today create momentum. And that momentum builds over time, leading to results that exceed your wildest expectations. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. These are the people who inspire you, push you, and hold you accountable. They remind you of your potential when you forget, and they refuse to let you settle for anything less than your best. Celebrate your progress along the way. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Acknowledge the steps you've taken, no matter how small, and let them fuel your motivation to keep going. Remember, investing in your growth isn't selfish, it's necessary. The better you become, the more you can give to the people and the world around you. Your growth doesn't just benefit you, it benefits everyone you touch. Let go of the past. The past can be a heavy weight, can't it? It clings to you, whispers in your ear, and tries to convince you that you're defined by your mistakes, failures, or heartbreaks. But here's the truth, the past is a lesson, not a life sentence. You are not your mistakes, you are not your failures, and you are not the person you were yesterday. Holding on to the past is like trying to drive a car while staring in the rearview mirror. You can't move forward if you're constantly looking back. The road ahead is full of opportunities, but you'll never see them if your focus is stuck on what's behind you. Letting go doesn't mean you forget the past or pretend it didn't happen. It means you take the lessons it taught you, release the pain, and move forward stronger and wiser. The past shaped you, but it doesn't define you. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for letting go. Forgive others, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. And most importantly, forgive yourself. You're human. You've made mistakes. Welcome to the club. But those mistakes don't diminish your worth. They make you human. The stories we tell ourselves about the past can either empower us or imprison us. Are you telling yourself a story of failure, or are you telling yourself a story of resilience? Are you focusing on what you lost, or are you focusing on what you learned? Letting go requires courage. It's not easy to release the familiar, even when it's painful. But the moment you let go, you create space for something new. You open yourself up to possibilities that you couldn't see while clinging to the past. The past will try to pull you back. Old habits, old patterns, old wounds, they'll resurface. But every time they do, remind yourself that you're no longer that person. You've grown, you've evolved, and you're not going back. Focus on the present, because that's where your power lies. The past is gone, and the future isn't here yet. All you have is this moment right now. What are you going to do with it? Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you stop carrying. It means you release what no longer serves you so that you can step into the life you're meant to live. You owe it to yourself to move forward. The past may have shaped you, but it doesn't own you. You are the author of your story, and the next chapter is waiting to be written. So take a deep breath, release the past, and step boldly into the future, knowing that the best is yet to come. Celebrate your wins. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to overlook your victories, big and small. We're often so focused on what's next, the next goal, the next challenge, that we forget to pause and acknowledge how far we've come. But celebrating your wins isn't just a nice thing to do, it's essential for maintaining momentum and motivation. Imagine this, you've been working hard towards a goal. You've faced challenges, pushed through obstacles, and made sacrifices. Then when you finally reach that goal, what do? Do you take a moment to celebrate, or do you immediately set your sights on the next mountain to climb? If you're in the latter camp, you're missing a crucial step in your journey. Celebrating your wins reinforces the behavior that led to your success. It tells your brain, this felt good, let's do more of this. When you celebrate, you create positive associations with hard work and achievement. You're more likely to repeat the behaviors that got you there in the first place. Celebration doesn't have to be elaborate or extravagant. It can be as simple as treating yourself to a favorite meal, taking a day off to relax, or sharing your success with friends and family. What matters is that you take the time to acknowledge and appreciate your hard work. Don't wait for the big accomplishments to celebrate. Every step forward is a reason to acknowledge your progress. Did you complete a project? Celebrate. Did you learn a new skill? Celebrate. Did you make a tough decision that aligns with your goals? Celebrate. These moments matter. You can also journal your wins. Write down your accomplishments, no matter how small. When you're feeling discouraged or questioning your journey, revisit that list. It serves as a powerful reminder of your capabilities and the progress you've made. Celebrate with others. Share your victories with people who uplift and support you. Their encouragement amplifies the joy of your achievement and helps build a community that celebrates growth together. Remember, success is not just about the destination, it's about the journey. Each milestone is a part of your story, and celebrating them adds richness and depth to that narrative. Don't rob yourself of the joy that comes with acknowledging your efforts. Don't be afraid to make a big deal out of your achievements. Sometimes we downplay our successes, thinking it's arrogant or boastful. But there's nothing wrong with being proud of what you've accomplished. Own it. When you celebrate, you acknowledge the hard work, resilience, and dedication that got you there. It's an affirmation that your efforts matter and that you're worthy of success. You deserve to revel in your accomplishments. So take a moment right now, reflect on a recent win, no matter how small, feel the pride in your achievement, and give yourself permission to celebrate. Because every step forward deserves recognition, and you are worthy of that joy. In conclusion, as you move forward on your journey, remember to celebrate your wins. They are the milestones on your path, and they remind you that you are capable of greatness. Embrace them, honor them, and let them fuel your passion for what's next. This concludes the expanded keynotes for your motivational speech. Focus on yourself, not others. Each point encourages reflection and action while promoting a mindset of self-improvement, resilience, and celebration of personal achievements. If you have any more requests or need further assistance, feel free to ask. As we wrap up this journey together, let's take a moment to reflect on the powerful truths we've explored today. Focusing on yourself, not others, is not just a mantra, it's a way of life. It's a commitment to your growth, your happiness, and your journey. In a world that constantly tries to pull your attention outward, you must prioritize what lies within. You are your most valuable asset, and investing in yourself is the greatest gift you can give to the world. Remember, your journey is unique. Embrace your individuality, protect your energy, and let go of the past that no longer serves you.